Hi, and welcome back to my series on the Firebird. I am Satish again, and this time I'd like to talk about skips, playing slides that are greater than the kind of built-in minor third limit that you have with just the slide. But before we do that, I'd like to introduce you to a friend of mine. He comes to all of my concerts and always plays and never needs to get paid. This is the Ragini digital tambura. You can see it's got all these controls up top, and it sounds like a tambura. It's got a very accurate sound. A lot of the pros in India use it, and as you can see, you can change the pitch. So if your shruti, if your tonic note is like a G or an A or whatever it is, you can always change it here. You can fine tune it. You can change the speed of the at which the strings are plucked. My shruti, the note that I use as my root when I'm playing alaps is F concert. So G on the trumpet. I kind of chose that for a couple of reasons. First of all, I have, two solid octaves, from low G below the staff to G right on top of the staff. It's very comfortable to play. I have at least another fifth, maybe a sixth, or up to an octave above that high G, and I got a few notes below the G, below the staff, if I need to go that low. But generally, the middle G, second line G is my shruti, so I can play all around that, up and down. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to talk about skips larger than a minor third. Just to review, let's say we're starting on G because that's my shruti. I'm going to go down to an E using just a slide. Nice, really smooth, mean door slide. Now, once I start if I want to do a slide that's greater than the minor third, then it involves using the valves in conjunction with the slide. And to illustrate what I do, I'm going to take the slide out for a moment. So let's say I want to do a half-step slide, a half-step fake mean on a valve trumpet. So what I would do is either of two things. I would either lip the note, so bend it with my lips and not use my fingers at all, which would sound like this. And as you can hear, it's a very smooth slide because it's all using my lips. However, the note quality, the tone, the timbre changes once you start to lip a note. And for that reason, I kind of avoid doing that because I don't want to change the sound quality of the note that I'm playing. The other option that a valve trumpet player has is to use the valves and do like kind of a half valve is what we call it. And that sounds like this. And as you can hear, when in the middle of the valve's travel, it kind of cuts out a lot of the air. So there isn't a smooth transition from one note to the next, but there is a constant transition from one note to the next, air-wise and sound-wise. And that is what I do along with the slide to get a larger than a minor third skip. So if you combine the minor third with the slide with the half step, you get a major third. So using G as the root, that would be an E flat. So I'm going to start on the E flat. So I'm going to finger an F sharp, go down a minor third with the slide, and then go up from there using the slide and the half valve at the same time. So you can see there was a transition, there was a slide from the E flat up to the G. You could definitely hear that half valve. So a second thing that I do is I kind of reduce my volume. I blow softer while I'm lifting the valve up, and then as soon as the valve is all the way up, I resume the normal volume of the note. Um, that sounds like this. Now you can obviously hear that I'm changing the volume of the note, but at that point, that to me, that's the most acceptable sound of a greater than minor third skip, and I've kind of made that part of my style, you know. So it's actually a stylistic thing. The slide with a little bit of a volume drop in it, and it works if I'm going for a fourth as well. So I use a whole step with the slide, and then the minor third, which makes a fourth. So that'll be a D to a G. So here's your D. So obviously you can go up and down like that. And that works, of course, throughout the register. So now I'm going to try to go from a D to a B flat, so a major third, and that'll involve just doing a half valve with the middle valve again. Now, if I were to go from a D to an A, which would be a fourth, I would actually end up lifting up the first valve, because this minor third down from the C in the staff gives you your A. So I would go from D to an A. So it'll sound like this. So basically what it involves is knowing what your fingering is for the note you're going to, the finger and the slide of the note that you're going to, and then kind of morphing from wherever your fingers are now to wherever it's going to be. I'm going to play some examples of this at the end, so you can see it in action. But before that, there are two quick caveats that I wanted to mention.